Welcome to another video. Now, I'm here to warn you about the disaster that is Time Lords. Do not be tempted to play Time Lords. Do not read their effects and think this sounds cool. I'm about to show you why Time Lords are an affront, not only to Yu-Gi-Oh, but to the concept of time. Let's go! I built this deck to make a budget deck for the Limit 1 Festival. I built it for good, but it turned out evil. This is a horrible nightmare. Let's get to the gameplay and show you what I'm talking about. Opponent setting a card. Very fair. We're playing Time Lords. This is the problem. Time Lords. Time Lords are a problem. Each Time Lord has an effect that you can normal summon it if you control no monsters without tributing. They all can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, and you take no battle damage from battles involving them. And at the end of the battle phase, they have some effect that triggers. And then at your standby phase in your next turn, they shuffle themselves into the deck. They all do that. So the only difference between them is the effect that triggers when they attack. And the effects are like very strange. It's like return a single card into their deck and deal 500 life point damage. These cards are hilarious. At first I thought they'd be fun because, you know, it'll stall your opponent out, but oh my god, they cannot close a game out. They cannot close it out. Now, I guess the one thing that hurts this strategy is that I'm not running the Time Lord that's a UR, and that's the one that's effect is that it deals 2000 damage. So we're kind of just dirtling with the Time Lords. But I'm just going to show you, this game is ridiculous. We're on turn 8 now, alright? So far, I've dealt 4,000 damage to myself. My opponent's just living his life. We're just attacking with Time Lords. This one's going to equalize our life points, so now we both have 4,000. This is an epic duel. If this were in the anime, this would be like a season-long arc. This one duel would be a full season. There he goes, shuffling himself back in the deck. Gonna set this Ash Blossom because we don't want to get bodied here. Oh, one other thing, we're running a lot of Kaijus in this build because the Kaijus are real fun. I do like the Kaijus, so I will say that. If you're playing something like this, Kaiju's fun, Time Lord's frowny face, not fun. There we go, got another one. This Time Lord is gonna shuffle all cards in our opponent's graveyard into the deck if it attacks. And when they draw a card, they're going to inflict 1,000 damage to them. Opponent is killing our Ash Blossom. Our Kyoto Waterfront now has 3 Kaiju counters. That means every turn we can search a Kaiju. It's beautiful. This is beautiful. This is not beautiful. Les Regeki. Opponent saving his own monster with a compulsory. We're also hiding this summon limit. At any time, if our opponent tries to summon 3 monsters, we're going to negate it. Now we got a Kaiju. We're going to summon our Time Lord. Now some of these Kaijus, like the effects are actively bad. Like shuffle your opponent's graveyard into the deck in this tournament, I feel like that's helping your opponent. But we're winning. I mean, we're not winning. We're losing. We have lower life points. But we're winning in spirit. Our opponent is too afraid to play cards because they know about our Kaijus. They don't want to get Kaiju'd. As long as they don't have a monster, we cannot Kaiju them. We gotta trigger our Kaiju stomping. Shuffle that card in the deck, deal 500 damage, opponent. Your life is dwindling. You gotta do something. Just passing. Just giving us the turn. Alright, well we gotta use our Kaiju search ability. Each turn we get a Kaiju because of the Kyoto Waterfront. Summon our Mothman. Dangers are fun. It's like, you know, you activate their effect, and if they discard themselves, it's usually bad. But odds are, you know, they discard something else and they summon themselves, draw a card. It's a fun little mechanic. A little random, but dangers are cool. Time Lord's bad. Let's go. It's turn 20. We still can't close out the game. Opponent is suffering. They got 6, 7, 8, 9 cards. They can't do anything. They can't interact with our Time Lords, and if they summon a monster, they're gonna get Kaiju'd. If only we had the Time Lord that dealt 2,000 damage. Sadly, Konami made that a UR, so we cannot afford it for our budget deck. Opponent ending the battle phase. What is this? Stopped us from dealing 500 damage. Switch and control, stealing our Timelord while opponent. This Timelord will not help you. It didn't help us, and it won't help you. Let's Storming Mirror Force. Give ourselves the Kaiju back. Sorry, the Timelord. Gotta get these straight. We got Super Anti-Kaiju War Machine. We got Radiant. He's got almost all the Kaijus in hand right now. We had to discard one to hand size. Opponent special summoning. And here we go, we got him with the summon limit. No more summoning, opponent. Opponent was gonna wombo combo there for sure. He still has his normal summon, he couldn't get to use it. And now it's Kaiju time. Now, I made a huge mistake here. If I'd Kaiju'd, instead of playing this Kami on the Time Lord, I would have been able to summon a Kaiju, aka where is he, given my opponent a Kaiju, like Mothma, or Radiant, and then I could have summoned my Thunder King, and I could have removed Kaiju counters and attacked many times. But because of this summon limit, I cannot summon a Kaiju. If I summon a Kaiju on my opponent's side of the field, I won't be able to summon one on my side of the field. Opponent got a Witchcraft or Golem, bouncing our Kami on the Time Lord back to hand. So we're going to Kaiju that. But now we're in trouble. We are in trouble. Our opponent doesn't realize this, but this set card is Torrential Tribute, and if he just attacks me, we're gonna die. We are in peril. Opponent does not know. Opponent summoning a monster, triggering the Torrential Tribute. This duel is ridiculous. Opponent removing Kaiju counters. Gonna stop us from searching more Kaijus. Opponent, we already searched all the Kaijus. There are no more Kaijus to search for. Opponent getting a Nemesis Corridor. Back to our turn. We draw a monster we can summon, but we're just going to summon the Kaiju. The Time Lord, because it's only got 500 attack points. Alright, we got Danger Thunderbird. We're very close. Very close. You know, if I just normal summon... Oh no, I couldn't normal summon. I used my normal summon on the Time Lord. This duel is ridiculous. It's turn 29. It's not over. We're getting Lava Golem. Opponent summoning the Nemesis Corridor, but he can't activate its effect because he summoned us the Lava Golem and he summoned his Nemesis Corridor. He's out of summons. Summon limit blocking his summons. Alright, opponent. What do you got next? Gonna kill our Lava Golem. Well, opponent, I think it's time. It is time to end this. End this ridiculous duel. Kaiju time. Give him the sticky string. And we still got too many Kaiju counters. He uses the sticky string Kaiju to stop our monster from being able to attack. This duel continues. Turn 31. Opponent summoning a Light Charmer. Gonna end the turn here. Now, we're not taking any chances. If opponent has an Honest, we could die. Not gonna take that risk. Let's Kaiju. Give him a Dark Monster. Get attacking. And that ends the most ridiculous duel. Now, was this game fun? Yes. But was it an affront to Yugioh? Also, yes. Let's show you the deck list. Alright, now here is this abomination of a deck list. We got a lot of stuff here. We got every danger monster that is not UR rarity. We got every Kaiju monster that's not UR rarity. We got some specials. We got Lava Golem, the original Kaiju. We got every Time Lord that is not a UR Time Lord. We got all of them. They're mostly terrible. You know, it feels like they're amazing because, you know, they can't be destroyed by battle. They just sit there making your opponent, you know, confused. But the Time Lords, they exact a terrible toll, and that toll is time. They make the duels so long, it's ridiculous. Now, the original idea for this deck was that the win condition either was attack over your opponent with your Kaijus, or stall them out and get a win with Burning Land, each turn dealing 500 points of damage. There's also backup Burning Land in Cauldron of the Old Man, where each turn you place a counter on it and then it can deal 300 damage a turn for each counter on the card. So pretty hilarious. Pretty hilarious deck. I would not recommend you ever play this. It was a horrible nightmare, and Konami should delete every Time Lord. That is my professional opinion. As a duelist, Konami, please delete every Time Lord from the game. Thank you. This has been your public service announcement, and I'll see you again next time. Have a good night.